But predictions for last match. I will get a prediction up for this last match. Do not worry about that. East team was EMR and Mauer, so they won. We will get predictions for last match. I personally think, if that's what you're referring to, I think East team keeps winning. Why? No clue. But Toasty Kitten and Elliewood got East again. I think East team wins. All right. Waiting for the Toasty. All right. So, Leaky Losers on the West team just tied it up 1-1. The Shark Bros on the East team looking to get that win after a devastating loss on Wave 12. Let's see what happens here, boys. All right. Because you stink, troll. Okay, let's see what happens here. Greed, Poda. YOLO is the extra. Okay. Greed, Poda, greed. Not surprising to see the greed picks here with Poda with YOLO on the board. I do wish tournament showed that now. That is one request I will have. To the devs, one suggestion. Show what the third pick was, because if you want to have that third pick be like a deciding thing, I think you need to showcase it somewhere. Whether it be just like the casters can see in big bold things what the options are. So EMR goes king up here. Poda start on EMR again. Surprise, surprise, he does love his Poda. I really think Toasty and Elliewood should be able to capitalize off the fact that he's picked the same unit every single game. But it's a really tough one. Mauer going with Gatling. So if I do say so myself, if I'm Toasty and Elliewood right now, I am looking at Wave 6. If I have any options. Gatling on Toasty then, and Elliewood going Flower. I don't really love Elliewood's Flower role, if I do say so myself. I'd much rather have seen him gone Yuzora even in this situation. Not a huge deal though. Not a huge deal. That being said, everyone got a 20 here this time, so everyone should be at their best worker push possible. I think Elliewood's going to get into a situation now where he's like, what do I do? What do I do here? He has to build something. Doesn't have to be something great, but he has to build something. Make sure you get your bets in, guys. Who's going to win, East or West team? Do you guys think the Sharks are going to be able to close it out? Uh-oh. He, I believe, leaks to with a no build. Uh-oh. How much does he leak? %. Oh no. Oh, that is unfortunate. He needed to build literally anything there. He needed to build literally anything there. He just gave him 14 gold. Going on Seek. We're doing an in-house tournament right now. Final game of the series. Final game of the series. There he goes. He builds something here. Oh, he overbuilt now, though. Unfortunate. He does get the DT, so I guess it probably was worth it for him to full build here. Man, we have seen reverse throw after reverse throw. So let's see what happens here for Ellie. If Elliot can pull it back. Losing 21 to leaks really is unfortunate for him. That being said, it's kind of positive he's got EMR sending to him. EMR doesn't love to send. In this situation, I'd almost boost this veteran and then look for a build for 6, but that's a tough one. Toasty's getting building in a line behind his Gatling. He might be okay. If you tell me honestly, I think Elliott's gonna leak here. If you ask me honestly, I think Elliott will leak here just to a no send. Oh no. Oh no. It's happening, isn't it? Please tell me he holds. No. Fuck. He just threw. He threw. It's game. I don't think there's any way they come back from this. He needs another T1 there, something. He's lost on a 57 gold now. Oh. This is tragic. Oh, absolutely tragic. Toasty Elliowood. Yeah, it's not a good time to learn. Game 3 of the end of the tourney is not a good time to learn how to build flower. Absolutely unfortunate, but you know, it's what do you do? They also just changed it. Well, he would have leaked on wave 2 regardless, I believe. He would have leaked potentially up to like 20%. And then wave 3 as well. Like, right, there was just nothing he could have, nothing that, whether it would have been this patch or last patch, that would have held there with it, what he has. Which is, I think, what's really unfortunate for him, is that even with old flower, you would have leaked, right? He does hold here, thankfully, and they are sending here. For good reason. I think they're required to send here if they want to try to hold. That being said, I still don't know how he's going to hold. Elliowood, that is. Please tell me Mauer, EMR, you guys don't throw here. Okay, he's got a Violet. Violet here on Mauer. I don't see any reason why he should be really worried about getting double Brute. Violet here again on EMR. Oh, absolutely tragic situation to be in here. We are watching the collapse of Toasty and Elliowood here. They once were the giants that we thought were going to take this win home, and now it's just looking dire. Unless they get some very lucky leaks here, I don't see this going any better for them. Does look like Mauer will leak 70%. So there's something. There is something. But it's tough because at the end of the day, Elliowood's leaks gave them more gold than they're going to get from an actual trying send, right? And so that's where it becomes very difficult. If you leak early with something like flower, you're not just accidentally leaking like, oops, here's 3 units I leaked. No, you're accidentally leaking 57 gold worth on 2 waves. And that in itself is a absolute pain in the ass to kind of come back from. It looks like they're just going to go for the kill shot, Mauer and EMR on wave 8. Oh, it's tragic. It's tragic for Hall. The thing is, at the end of the day, like, legitimately, the East team, I think, has won more often in these games than not, for whatever reason. Technically speaking, they would be the quote-unquote lower bracket if we were doing it correctly, but we haven't been, so I don't know why. It just seems to work out this way. EMR being on 8 workers, though, is a woo, yeesh. It'll be a tough one to come back from. If there is hope, if there is hope, Toasty Kittens got a decent roll, right? And he caught a ton of his teammates' leaks. If there is hope, it is in the fact that Toasty might be able to carry. in this situation. Mauer's also relatively behind. I don't know why. Maybe because of the saves. But for some reason, Mauer is also behind in power score. Oh no, Toasty doesn't have enough here for Gatling upgrade. Question is, what does he do? In this situation, I would almost just sell the Grarl and go for the flower up. You think Toasty and Elliowood are dead 9? Probably. I anticipated the 8 cent here by EMR and Mauer, but you know, end of the day, it's only going to be a 200 cent. It really comes down to the question of what do they get outside of the 200. What do they build to stop the 200 cent? Both of them could theoretically go flower here. Both of them could get a death cap upgrade. Would it be a smart play? I don't know. I don't really think so, but it is an option. I was thinking there might have been a pro leak there. That was a close one. I think you go flower if I'm either of these teams here. I think I was the right call there. And if I were this guy, I would sell and place a unit maybe here-ish. But even with the flower, I think they're very rough. The problem is that EMR built solely for 7-8 with the flower. I don't think there's a winning strategy here. Well, Toasty's holding pretty well, actually. I'm very impressed with how well he's holding. Elliowood, on the other hand, not so much. Not holding very well at all. Is it enough to cover for his teammate? It might be. It legitimately might be enough to cover. The problem is they just fed EMR and Mauer here. Interesting situation to be in here, chat. You know, I will say Toasty did a pretty darn good job of covering there and holding himself. It's tough when your teammate at least 90% there. Very, very tough when your teammate leaks that much. It's a pretty good situation, though, for Toasty to be in again. Hey, Seek, thank you for the tier 1 here. What are the spells here? They need something huge. Creditor. That would explain why the big 9 sends, right? Creditor, Magician, Titan, but I don't know if it's enough. The Daphne ping here. His teammate must have been nervous. The double snails into Ellie are odd here. A question from chat. Would it help Ellie if he just went for king ups to avoid feeding his opponent? In this situation, I don't think there's really any way you can do much as Ellie here. If you want my actual opinion, once he leaked like that on 1 and 2 and 4, I would have basically been throwing in the towel. At that point, you screw yourself so much leaking 50-some gold early. He's really behind, and I don't think he'll ever catch up. Mauer's behind as well, though, and long saving is damaging Mauer's value just as much as it's damaging Elliowood's. So I don't think the long save is really that bad of an idea. The question or problem really comes down to what the hell do you think you can do? I just don't think there's a whole lot you can do it. Toasty, I think, is going to leak here. They're too far behind, too undervalue. And I don't think he's going to be protecting anything in time. We do see a Titan bunk. So there's hope that Eliwood actually holds here. If I'm being honest, the Titan bunk is a surprise, but one that was needed out of Eliwood. But is it enough is the question, right? That is the question we need answers of. Is it enough? And it looks like the answer is probably not. I don't think there's enough damage here. I think Eliwood just got shredded on the wave, and that's kind of that. Toasty is leaking as well. I think this might be the end of the Shark Boys. For sure, Seek. Yeah, I don't know if they survive here. What do we have for King up? Giant Slayer. Judgment. This is not a bad one. Yeah, I think so, Zirian. But where else does he put it, right? There's not a great positioning for Bunk in this situation. Bunk will always be in a weird curved line because of how it works when you have Flower. It's one of those deals. I think the real way that Toasty and Eliwood are going to win here is by a save at this point, right? Which is what they're going for. It's actually the Shark Bros. It's just I keep saying the Shark Boys because they're kind of getting their butts kicked like little boys. Kappa. I think the 13 send is the play. I think the only way that Toasty and Ellie can win here is to go 13. The King spells, Reiko times are indeed random. The King spells are almost always random. In the sense that there's only 3 of them you really get options for, but anyway. The resend into Ellie kind of actually might put them in a pretty good position to try to get the leak here on both of them. Centaur coming out by Toasty, not a bad play here. We got the Broger send. So let's see if Ellie can get a leak out of Mao with a Broger send. It's an Ogoot. That one sounds a lot worse, not gonna lie. No send here. Out of the leaking losers. I would have liked to have really seen a send here, especially knowing that they probably are gonna send you big here, and they're pretty weak. But it looks like he's holding pretty well. Mauer, that is. EMR on the other hand doesn't look too hot. Actually, never mind. He looks okay. Toasty Kitten leaks to nothing. Oh no, and barely any leaks, if at all. That's game, boys. Wrap it up, pack her up, fucking go home. It's over. Shark Bros are done. I think they might actually just die due to no send here. The question mark ping coming in. The no send might just actually be it. Yeah, Mauer had a really good hold here. I'm actually very impressed with how well he held. It's all ogre now. It's all ogre now. That's kind of how it works sometimes, though. I mean, at the end of the day, he's really bad on 13, but his value is so high. He's got 2,600 value. Dude, like, that is all you need. Value, value, value. EMP is very under, but it just doesn't matter. I think this is too forward. I think it needs to be here. This will die, I think.
The fire obeys me.
Yep, too far forward. If played around correctly, Vulcan is extremely powerful. You are not wrong. The thing is BC, the Shark Bros couldn't save that long. They were too far under and they were too far behind. So to save that long would have been near impossible for them. I think at the end of the day here, guys, it's not necessarily that Vulcan's great. It's more or less that Mauer has just insane value. If you want to look at the value of this lobby, he is 300 value over the nearest person. You see, East Team, I think, needed to go 13. They would have died to a 13 send themselves, so I don't think it was a bad play for them to go there. The problem, I think, lies more in the fact that East Team just didn't have enough to get through Mauer. Mauer is very high value, sitting in a very comfortable spot. There's no reason for them to send anytime sooner. I do think right now, though, Toasty has no chance of holding. He's just too far behind. He was in a position to carry this game and now is behind Ellie even. He needs to protect his Vulcan, but I don't think it really matters. Sadly, I think this is GG, boys. I called it earlier. I think this was wrap it up, good game a minute ago, and I think this is just solidifying what we already knew now. 360 and 360 send, that should be game. They fought well, but the Shark Brothers going home today, guys, with second place. Unless they somehow hold here, but I don't believe they do. Doomsday getting aggroed and dead. Vulcan's strong, but it ain't strong enough to hold this. Well, Mauer and EMR get the W. If only there was prize money. If only there was prize money. 87, this is going to be the final one for me today, I think. At least in terms of ones I'm casting.
Victory.
That is it. The reverse sweep. The reverse sweep. Shark Bros are out. So, hold on. It didn't work. Oh, that didn't work either. Okay, so second place into the Shark Bros there. That's kind of Tourney. This was a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. We will post this on my Discord. You guys can see my massively full hard drive. GG's. GG's, Mauer. Good win. Elliewood, you threw that one pretty hard. Not gonna lie. All right, we're gonna post that in my Discord real quick, just so we've got it. right, there we go. It is now eternalized as the shit posting cup in my Discord. I'm gonna do a game. If people want to play another, I'll do a custom with myself in it. We can do 4v4 or whatever have you. I'm gonna finish eating my French fries because those are getting cold now.